A sticky summer's day in Shepherdstown. An eagle in a thermal is a circling round like a tire on a bike rolling down Columbus Street. But Katie got a little look of hope in her eyes, and her arms unfolded and she looked to the skies and said, I'm gonna learn to fly around with you, yeah. She jumped up high and she fell on the ground and skinned her little knee and made a horrible sound. She got right up and she tried it again and smiling all the way with her unstoppable grin.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 90 of Knitting on the Fly. I am Katie, your host, also known as JetGirl1313. You can find me on Plurk, Ravelry. I don't really tweet much except what podcasts I'm listening or watching, but I'm JetGirl313 on there. And we got Ravelry group and a blog, www.knittingonthefly.com. I had a good week this week. Start with the jet setting. I can't read my own writing. Why I wrote it in highlighter, I don't know. Okay. So, this week was interesting. I'm going to spin whilst I speak with you. I can get it set up. We'll see. I'm going to try. I may not... I'm not as good as some of them that don't have to look at all when they spin. I still have to look a little bit. So we'll see how this goes. I'm working on my Uniquely Yours bat that I got at Knitting in the Committin'. Trying to think. Last weekend we watched football on Sunday and relaxed. We watched the finale of The Amazing Race. I'm very glad the team that went out fourth was out. It was the twins, and those of you that watched The Amazing Race know how obnoxious they are. At least I thought so. I'm sorry if you liked them, but I was very glad to see them go. If I had to listen to them yelling, "Go Twinny, go!" one more time, I was going to have to poke my eardrums out. It was a set of twins, and they called each other Twinny, and they had the most awful voices for it. It was just horrendous. So, I was glad that they were gone. And I was happy with the winners. Once those two were gone, I really didn't care who won, so I was happy for the team that did win. The Amazing Race is something that me and my honey would like to do at some point in our lives. It's really the only reality show. Well, it's the only reality show I would ever want to go on, because you actually have to perform to not get. You don't get voted out. You have to prove yourself. So, you know. That's the only one I'd really like to be on. Let me see, where's my notes? Monday I went to the dentist. I have not yet decided if I'm going to put the picture at the end of me after the dentist. I had 3 small cavities, one here, and one here. Well, that means they had to numb my entire face. So, the only part of my lip that would even somewhat move was the bottom left, and it didn't work very well. It was a good 3 hours before I had much feeling left. I was starving, but I couldn't eat because I couldn't really use my tongue. And because you use your lips when you say P's and B's, I couldn't talk very well. I went back to the dentist right before I left because my bite didn't feel right. So I had him touch that up again. And while we were waiting for the dentist to come back, the dental assistant was trying to ask me where I worked. And I could not say Cape Air. Or career, because I couldn't say the P. So that was highly amusing, and luckily my honey didn't make any fun of me. It was one of those things where I felt so numb. I felt like I should feel dopey, but I wasn't dopey. But because you felt like you should be dopey, I think I was kind of silly for a few hours. It's that whole, I don't know, it was strange. But, so that is done. I got a cleaning in February, so... it's not bad for being not been to the dentist for 5 years, so I'll take it. Let's see. Wednesday night, I did not sleep well. I had a lot of bad dreams, and I had a lot of bad dreams related to work. And when I have bad dreams related to work, I tend to not be able to sleep. Last week I had a dream I forgot to tell you guys about this. I had a dream last week that I was getting ready to leave the spot where we parked the airplane, and a passenger was standing inside a secure area, banging on the door, trying to get on the airplane. And long story short, I wasn't going to wait for the passenger because it was after flight time in my dream. And the gate agent shut the plane down with his mind powers and said, "No, we're going to wait for the passenger." Not kidding you, the next morning, we're getting ready to go, and sure enough, it wasn't the passenger. One of the TSA people had come to the window because they can get in that secure area and let us know that the last passenger was there. No, we weren't late. We were actually early. There was weather coming in, so I was trying to beat the weather out. And it was just strange that it happened, like, that something even similar to it happened. And I had some bad dreams regarding work Wednesday night, so I did not sleep well. And I took steps to make sure my dreams didn't come true. Let's just put it that way. Because it was involving passengers behaving badly. In my show notes. So, that was fine. I ended up getting very lucky on Thursday. I ended up getting an unexpected break. They needed my route to do some IOE training, which is initial operating experience. And I got a hotel for that 6-hour break. It's part of our contract. If we have a scheduled break, we can get a hotel. I normally wouldn't. I'd normally go into Boston or go wander around or go to the East End and get some cannolis or something, but I had slept so poorly. I took advantage of it. I actually ran home and got some, so I didn't know about it until I got to work. I ran home and got some gym clothes and my computer and my sweater, which I didn't end up working on. But I went to the gym, I relaxed, I watched some TV, I did some knitting, I did a whole ton on Sarah's hat, and you guys will see that in just a little bit. So it was really nice. It was really nice to relax, and it was very nice. So, I gotta remember to move my hook. Hopefully, I will get enough money for Christmas I can get a woolly winder. That's the goal. We'll see. We will just have to wait and see. Dreams. Friday was uneventful. What did I do yesterday? I got home from work because I only worked until 10. I got here a little early. I let the cats go outside and play for a little bit. And then I went out and I ran a whole ton of errands. And town is just crazy. Went to Home Depot. I had to go to Walmart. Ugh. I went to Hannaford. I went to the bank, the post office, and the yarn store. That's all in one block. So I could park in one spot and walk to all three. I sent off... What did I mail? Oh, I gotta talk about that. Because someone who might be watching might involve them, so I can't talk about that. So I went to the post office. I did mail out all the prizes except for the green pillar, which I need to grab her, because I can't find a box for it. I'm having a hard time finding boxes. So, I will get that out. I'm struggling. But I'm going to have to go to the post. I'm going to have to find boxes because I need to mail all the Christmas presents. So, I'm going to have to find boxes somewhere. I will draw for those prizes in a minute. Hold on. When I think of stuff, I gotta write it down, or I never remember. Okay. Wednesday night I did have something funny happen. It was a Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday or Thursday afternoon, I had a particularly rambunctious group on the airplane. And, you know, I've talked about this before and about how I've heard every stupid joke that could be cracked about a 402, like, when you're going to serve the drinks, what's the movie, what's for dinner, blah, blah. Every funny thing you could come up with. That's no longer funny. But they all think it is. So, I had this particularly nervous plane of people, and the one guy goes, "What about a bunch of snacks if anybody wants any? I've got peanut M&Ms." So he had like 4 different kinds of candy from one of the shops upstairs. And he offers it to the guy next to him, and he goes, "No, man, I can't have candy." And he's like, "No?" And he goes, "It's that or booze." And the guy's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, it's a sugar choice. He can either drink his sugar or he can eat his sugar. And the guy goes, exactly. And the guy looked at him and says, I'd take the booze too. So it was kind of fun. The whole plane was laughing, and that was kind of cute. So the other thing that happened was Portsmouth, which is down in New Hampshire, has an Air Force refueling wing that's down there. And they fly KR-135s. It's a refueling aircraft. It's huge. It can fly for a never-ending amount of hours. I'd hate to be a crew on that. Holy crap. And they were coming into Portsmouth one night, and I was flying underneath them, and I already had them in sight because they're huge. And I wasn't sure if it was a KR because they have other planes that come up and drill up there. And I said, can you tell me what kind of plane that is? And they said, oh, it's a KR-135. I said, oh. I said, that's cool. I said, that's what I thought it was. I said, nice. And the plane was right over me, and I hear the pilot go, is that a 402 you're flying? And I was like, yeah, it is. He's like, nice. And I know he was poking fun. And that's okay, because it's all in the tone that you carry. The tone was light. The tone was, haha, funny. It wasn't being a jerk about it. So I'll take it for what it's worth. I know my plane's not cool. I know a KR-135 smokes a 402 any day in the cool category, but usually the military guys are so gruff, so the fact that one was a little relaxed was kind of refreshing. I do have a couple cool pictures from work this week. When we're out waiting to cross the runways, we get a really nice vantage point of some of the planes taking off, so I've got a couple of good pictures of some very large jets taking off and landing. So that's always very fun. Let's see. That's about it. Today I ran errands. I did some home improvement stuff. I can tell you, because if Honey watches this, he'll have already known. I am trying to winterize this house the best I can. I hate to pay for propane. I know it's a necessity because I live in Maine, but I hate to do it more than I have to. So I am trying to winterize everything that I can. So I was noticing that our laundry room was very cold all the time. Well, for one, it helps if you shut the window on the screen of the screen door that's outside the main door. So I did that, and that helped. But the dryer was still really cold. So I went and checked the vent on the outside. The vent doesn't even close. It's open this much all the time. So I'm like, oh, that's not going to work for me. So I went to Home Depot. That's the one I was closest to that day that I was running errands at that moment. And I bought a new outside part for the an outside dryer vent, and everything went well. I peeled off the old one. I got some, put the new one on. I put some silicone on it to attach it to the tube that goes from the outside vent to the dryer. Oh, this is going to irritate me because it's not going to want to cooperate. And then I came inside to put a dampener between the dryer vent and the outside vent. It's just another plastic piece that goes between the hose on the back of the dryer and the tube that goes through the wall. It's a little flapper, and basically it'll only swing one way, so if air blows in, it'll stop it. It's not a vacuum sealed thing, but it'll help. So for, I don't know, $8 or $9, I did a little winterizing. Well, I ran into a snafu, so I had to go back to Home Depot today, because whoever installed it crushed the tube, and it already barely fits, so the fact that it looks like they squished it down to make it fit instead of just doing it correctly. So I had to do a little creative, but that's done. I'm going to finish plasticking the windows probably tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow we're going to go have dinner with some friends of ours and their son, who is back visiting from being in the Air Force out in Henderson, Nevada. And yeah, so I did that, and I did a bunch of stuff around here. I did some knitting that you will see. I ended up sitting at the yarn shop yesterday and just hanging out for a couple hours because it's really nice there. And they helped me pick out some yarn for a commission piece that I'm doing. It's a scarf that I'm working on. It's coming along pretty well now that I haven't figured out. I altered a pattern and it was giving me a headache, so I've figured that out, so it's no longer a headache, which makes me happy. So, what else? I'm making pot roast for dinner. That will not be a surprise because Jeremy will have already eaten it by the time you guys see this. And yeah, tomorrow's football and relaxing, and then next weekend's. I don't know if we're gonna get to Minnesota or not. At this point, it'll be a last minute go. So if there's no episode next week, that's because I'm jet setting off to Minnesota. Be there for probably 2 days to try to see as much family as possible, and then we'll be coming back. So I anticipate recording next week, but if we go, I won't see you guys. So you'll just have to bear with me. Okay, so that's it for those notes. So how about landed? I've got landed, my friends. I have two. I have two foes. I'm so excited. Okay, so one of them is Patrick's hat. This is made out of Fiber Nymph Dye Works. You'd think I'd be smart and have these already pulled up, but I don't. These were both done on size 5s, I do believe. Both the hats that I finished. These are Christmas presents. So Patrick's hat is done out of fiber. No, I'm sorry. Sarah's hat's out of Fiber Nymph. This is Dizzy Blonde Studios. This is her Dirty Blonde Superwash DK in the Curses colorway. It's a 2x2 basic rib hat. I linked the basic hat and mittens on Toonie's. It's a little big on my head, but that's okay because he has hair and a big head, so it'll be fine. But that's the hat. It was ribbed on the bottom, and then it went to stockinette for the top, and I didn't want that, so I just did it all stockinette right up to the top. It was done on size 5s, and so I'm happy with that one. So I just need to soak that one. I'm not going to block it. I'm really just going to wash it. And then this is Sarah's hat. This is out of Fiber Nymph Dye Works. This is the Deep Distraction colorway, also on 5s, and it's her cozy base, which is her worsted base. And this is the For Good hat by Megan Williams of Stockinette Zombies. It was designed in honoring her sister. This was just a little bit too long, but I'd rather have it too long than too short. The buttons I got, but I'd rather have it too big than too short. So here's Sarah's hat. So I like the little lilac buttons. They're very pretty. I like them. So, Christmas is done. I have all my Christmas knitting done. I'm very happy about that. So, let's go back to my notes. So I finished those two. En route, I've got the Crossroads at the coffee shop, which I've not worked on, which I can get back to working on now because my Christmas knitting is done. Yay! So, the stripy socks only got a few rounds of love. I don't even know if you guys would be able to notice. I only probably did 3 rounds on it. So, still working on the stripy sock. That's the finished sock. That was my honey that texted me. It's in my singing Charlie Brown bag. Because they're awesome. I love it. This is in my Knitting's My bag. Lois, I wasn't kidding when I put that on Instagram about them wanting to carry your bags. I'm not even kidding. They don't usually go too many. They don't have huge orders. Ask Heather. You should think about it. Really. Then this was a guy at work who I've known for a few years. He really, ooh, woohoo. My honey's on his way home. He's watched me knit for, well, all the guys I work with have watched me knit for many years, and he said, how long would it take to do a scarf? And he wants a scarf for his mom. And he was going to go buy a scarf, but all the ones he liked were super expensive, and they just looked like every other scarf. But he said, I'd rather pay you to make something homemade. And I'm not doing it to get rich off of, because we all know that if we charged what we probably should be getting for our crafts, no one could afford to buy anything that we make. So he's paying all the supplies and then paying me a little bit on top of it, and it's actually been interesting to do. I've ripped it out a couple times. It's based off, hold on, let me go back to my projects again. It is based off a pattern called the Burberry Inspired Cowl Neck Scarf. And it's originally a cowl, and I'm turning it into a scarf. So I had to do a little, because a cowl is only 20 inches long, goes around your neck, and I need to make it longer than that. So I have, and this took like 45 minutes to find the right one. This is Classic Elite Yarns Mountaintop Chalet. It's 70% baby alpaca, 30% bamboo, and it's a bulky. It's 98 yards, 50 grams, and it's a beautiful granite color. And this is how it looks so far. So it's a very loose. It's 2 cables here and 1 cable here, and you just do it over and over again. It's very nice. It's very simple without being, you know, too simple, but it's really, I really like it. I think it's very pretty. So I think he is going to like it. I sure hope so, because I'm not doing it again. Like, I'm not going to rip it all out and start again. So if he doesn't like it, well, it's too bad. That is too bad. So anyway, it's going well. Will probably be done in a couple days. I did all of this just today in maybe an hour and a half. So it's really not taking very long at all. And really, I only have to do something every 10 rows. Knit stockinette for 9 rows. And then I do a cable cross, so it's pretty simple. These are also out again, being hauled around with me. These are the Interrupting Cow socks that I started, I think last summer in 2011. I've got the other sock done. I never have a problem starting the second sock, but for some reason the sock I've lost my excitement for it. It's out of Heather's Sugar Maple sock. I'm in the Dionysus colorway. And I just can't get past it. It's just, I don't know if it's the pattern. I don't know. I just don't want to work on it. But I gotta finish. I just gotta get it done. Takeoff, I don't have anything at the moment that I'm thinking about going to next. I'd like to try to get some stuff off the needles. I gotta do my Customers at the Coffee Shop shawl. I'm doing the shawlette version. Yeah. So, my bat, I really don't have takeoff. Holding. This is all I have left of my bat. I just have this one little bumper in here. Like I said, I went through and peeled it off in a zipper style to kind of help blend the colors. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. But that is... How about that? So you can see it's went from the teal to the blue. And it's there's still a little teal mixed in with the blue, but we're starting to transition almost to... Like there's maybe 12 inches left that still has some of that teal in it. But we should be at a straight blue fairly shortly. So, that is very cool. I'm really enjoying that. I'll talk about that in a second. The ground stop was the scarf for hire. It's supposed to be a cowl, so it was supposed to be like 58 stitches across. I've got it down to 42, and it's that perfect width. He said he didn't want it too bulky, because I guess his mom was kind of small, so he wanted it thinner so she could loop it. So I elected to make it thinner and longer than wider and shorter. So, that was my only hang-up this week for ground stop. I feel like we did pretty well with finishing 2 hats. I need to knit with worsted, people. We should all be knitting with worsted all the time. It's so fast! God, with the sock yarn. Pfft. We need size 5s or 10s on worsted bulky yarn. Come on, people. The scarf's being knit on size 10 knit picks, by the way. Interchangeables. Okay. Let's see. We're to reservations already. So this might be kind of short. That's okay, because I don't mind when people have short ones either. Let's see. I was Random Active Patterns this week by Kelly of Sheep Dreamery. She is the Sheep Dreamery podcast on YouTube. I think she has 5 episodes. She had me laughing out loud this morning. Can't remember what she said, but she was cracking me up. She gave me Lentilla by Martina Bem. I think there's only one left in my wish list that I don't have of that. Of the ebook I could have just bought for probably cheaper. And then I don't know if I thanked her last week, but Sadie Random Active Patterns me the Goth Cowl last week, and I don't know if that was before or after I recorded, but I might have totally forgot to thank her. So thank you, Sadie. Oh, we sent out our Christmas cards last week too. I'm just thinking of when stuff happened, it's triggering other thoughts. So that was good. We're getting lots of them in the mail. They're so fun. I am also doing I better take a picture of this now, because when I get done with this, I download all the pictures off my phone, and then I do the things. Over there, which is what I'm taking a picture of, is, I don't know if you can see it or not. Not really. Those are bags. Those are little paper bags. Kind of like this. Well, they are this. Little paper bags. They say K or S on them. They do not stand for Katie or Sarah, which is my sister's name. They stand for knit and spin. I took some stuff off my wall and out of my bins behind me, and which are horribly unorganized right now. And I am doing some random bags. I'm trying to think. I cut up on almost every single podcast that I watch or listen to this week. I have 0 knitting podcasts to listen to right now. I'm completely caught up on all of them. I haven't watched TV in 2 days at all. I've just been watching them and listening to them on my phone. I'm not even kidding. I did go back. Anything that was 3 weeks or older, I just deleted because I'm never going to catch up, and I just feel like it's so out of date it doesn't matter. So I did go delete it. Probably a good half of them because there was more than 3 weeks behind. But I'm pretty sure I'm caught up on everybody. Who else am I? Sheepish Knits is a new podcast I'm listening to or watching. I was going to do a bunch that are new ones to me. I do know that Charming Loki mentioned it in her podcast. And so glad to have her back. She looks fabulous. I love her. I don't know if she cut her hair or she just styled it different, but her hair this week looked fabulous. But she's doing the same thing. She's got some paper bags and she's just going to grab one and go. Basically, the way I'm going to gauge it is if I'm going to have my honey grab the bags because some of them are bulkier than others and I probably know what they are. But if I pull it out and I have 0 desire to knit with it, I'm going to give it away. Or if I don't want to spin it, I'm going to give it away. And that's what I'm going to do with it. So if I do random giveaways, that's what they're going to be for. So I'm probably not going to spin anymore this episode. We'll see how that looked. I may or may not do that again. Both of my Amazon winners have announced themselves, so stay tuned for the first episode of 2013, and that will be our next drawing for Amazon Associates. You guys have been busy. You guys have been Christmas shopping, I am guessing. There's a lot of movies. You guys are watching a lot of movies. And there's a lot of clothes. Which is not bad at all. Makeup? You guys are book fiends too, by the way. I just thought I'd let you know. Book fiends. Disposable camera. Ooh, underwater? Who's going where? Bluetooth headset? Ooh, nice. Memory cards. I'm just kind of glancing through. You guys have bought some awesome stuff in the DVD. We've got Agatha Christie. We've got Captain America. We've got Columbo the 2nd season. Damages the 4th season. Doctor Who. A whole slew of those. Somebody got all of Firefly. Someone got the entire Harry Potter. The Avengers. Miss Marple. Murder, She Wrote. I'm not kidding. Like, this is stuff from, like, my childhood. I love it. Perry Mason, Star Wars, all of them. The whole saga, 1 through 6. We're not going to talk about the next ones that are coming out. The Dark Knight trilogy, which is Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. Thor. Hello. And Young Sherlock Holmes. You guys have bought some awesome stuff. And whoever's buying gift cards, I wish you were in my family. You guys are buying some awesome gift cards. I'm so jealous. Oh, what do we got? We've got a Fitbit sleep tracker, which I would love to have a Fitbit. I'm just saying. Just saying. We got some heating pads. We've got some razors, which are good. We got Kindles, people. You guys love your Kindles. You love your Kindles a lot. Coffee maker. That I like. The single serve scoop coffee maker. I don't even drink coffee, and that's awesome. We got a bread maker. These are my bread makers. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Oh, we got office supplies. Everybody loves office supplies. We got lots of games. You guys love your Cards Against Humanity. Thanks. I'm so happy. You got a heater elements for your hot tubs. We got a law enforcement Monopoly. We've got mannequin legs. Nice! Who is that? Somebody bought mannequin feet for their socks, I bet. Uh-huh. We got Oakleys. We've got some golf shoes. We've got a towel. We've got a torchlit floor lamp with a side light like I've got. And then we've got a ton of toys. You guys must be shopping for your kiddos. Someone bought a lot of Melissa and Doug and Little Tyke stuff. Video games. New Super Mario Brothers. Nice. And a watch. Nope, it's a strap. Strap for your watch. So anyway, you guys have been busy. That's all I'm going to say. So I appreciate that. That is fantastic. Okay, I'm going to shut down the wrap number 2, the random act of prizes, inspired by Carrie and borrowed with love and respect. I'm going to lock it. Dun, 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 dun. And now, I'm going to draw the prizes. So now I have to go back to here. Heather, you're such a knucklehead. She's like, I want the Highland Handmaids. I love that stuff. If you win, you're so, you better not win. Because you didn't put what you actually wanted. Which means you get what's at the end. Okay, so I'm going to go to my number-rama. And let me see. So we had a total of 56 posts, but I am the first one. So it'll just be 2 through 56. 56. 2. Actually, I'm just going to put one because I feel like it gives you guys a better chance. Does that make sense? The first winner, number 46. I'm going to write this down as I do it. I'm going to forget. 46. 46. Or maybe that was in number 3. There's a number 2. Oh, no, what's in here? 46. Is it? You are just greedy. Crazy Maria, you win again. She won last week. Also. And I just shipped off her prize. She's from Norway. So I already have your address. And she wants the... What does she want? She wants the shawl stick. So I will send you another envelope, my dear. I don't know how long it'll take. But I'll send it your way. Love it. 52. Oh, that's on the next page. Stand by. The shawl stick is gone. 52. 52, 52. That is Kaminoa. I hope I didn't butcher that. Kaminoa. And she says, oh, I didn't even read what Crazy Maria said. She's from Judy from Seattle. And she wants the Highland Handmaid. So she gets some Forest Path. So, Kaminoa, I'm going to contact you guys anyway. I'm going to tell you to watch to see which prize you won. But I'm going to contact you so I can get this stuff out to you ASAP. I asked how your Christmas knitting is going, and she said almost done with Christmas socks number 4 with 2 more pair to go. Ugh. Yeah, that's a lot, and that was just a couple days ago. Crazy Maria says, I don't knit so much this time of year, but next year will be better, I promise. I have done 1 pair of socks for a younger daughter, though, and 1 pair of socks for DH. So, she's also doing her knitting. The next one's number 39. Do you guys go through ahead of time and find out which post is yours? I've done that before. Just so I can half listen. 39 is Luby01. And she says, I have 1 more item, gloves to knit, and I am done. And she is... Oh, what's wrong with my computer? Eek! She wants the project bag, so she gets a Peanuts project bag. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, guys, I broke my computer. Oh. Is it going now? Uh-oh. Oh, what did I do? What is it doing? Like, it won't let me do anything. She's Helen from Scotland. Jeepers, you internationals. Scotland. The internationals are taking over, guys. Oh, yeah. So, Helen, I need your address. Make sure you write it exactly how you want me to put it on the envelope. So it gets there. Oh, holy crap, that scared me. Oh, that's fantastic. I'll put some pictures in at the ends. It's from my dad. Oh, that's fantastic. Who was that from? I think that was from my dad. I'll tell you more about this tradition. It was my dad sending me a text message. It's Christmas for my dad's side of the family today back in Minnesota. And they've been sending me pictures throughout the day. So it's been very nice. So she has gloves to knit and then she is done. So she is ready for Christmas in Scotland. Her second choice was the project bag because the fiber was already gone. So she gets Heather's fiber. And the last number is number 29. So that is still on the same page that I was just on. 29 is Nimrodita. Write it down. Nimrodita. And she is Cheris. Did I say that right? Cheris from Collinsville. I don't know Collinsville where, but Collinsville. She says, and I am done. I only did 2 this year, though. A scarf from my dad and blank redacted due to recipient being on Ravelry. So she did something else for someone on Ravelry. She gets the cardboard bobbins. I guess that's all that's left because that's what it is. But that was her third choice. So at least she didn't get her last choice. So anyway, thank you guys for playing along again. I'm going to stop that for now because it is the holidays and it's going to get a little crazy and I don't want to go to the post office anymore. I really shouldn't go this week because it's going to be stupid busy, but I'll go to my little one and then it won't be a big deal. So, Maria, or Crazy Maria, I already have your address, so I will send off your shawl stick on Monday. And the other 3 of you, I'm going to message you. I'm going to tell you that I need your address, but you're going to have to watch the show to find out what you won. So, those are the prizes. You know what my specialty of far is going to be? Is going to be Christmas. It's going to be Oldakowski Christmas. Oldakowski Christmas is always interesting. It's my dad's side of the family. There are 7 brothers and sisters in his family, and there are usually probably about 35 or 40 of us there. That's about right. For just our immediate family. When we were kids, we used to hide pop cans. We would drink pop like it was going out of style. We must have drank a 6-pack or more each throughout the day. And we used to hide them in the basement on top of the cinder blocks. Well, at first it was driving Grandma crazy because she would come down and clean and there'd be pop cans hidden everywhere. Well, when we were kids we did it just to make her mad. But now we've been doing it for like 25 years now. And so now it's just a tradition that we hide pop cans for Grandma. So I'm not sure who did it this year. I don't know if Grandma did it. I haven't got the full story. But I'm going to put 2 pictures at the end. One of them is my brothers and cousin with the tree and Santa. And if you look at the tree, you will notice it's decorated with pop can ornaments. I'm not sure who did it. I haven't got the full story. I really wish I was there. My face hurts so bad just from smiling about it. And I have another picture of just the tree with the pop cans. They're a little blurry, but you can get the general idea. So, yeah, I miss them today. I hope it was a good Christmas. Usually there's a lot of arguing about politics and the uncles arguing about something because, you know, that's what siblings do, and all of us cousins get along pretty darn well. We have 2 new kids in the family this Christmas. Oh, see, now I'm going to get all teary-eyed because I miss my family. We have Jessica and Heidi, both had babies this year. So both of them, Emmeline and Maurice, are having their first crazy Oldakowski Christmas. And, yeah. I miss my family all the time. I charged the new battery, but I didn't put the new battery in the camera, so. Nothing like that to ruin a Hallmark moment. That's okay, let me pull myself together. I do miss family at the holidays. Holidays never stress me out. I feel like if getting together with your family stresses you out so bad that you have physical irritation, you just shouldn't go. Like, this is the time of year we really have to watch 4 drunk people on the planes. and it's usually because they're going to see family and that's how they cope. If you're so upset going to see your family that you're drinking, don't go. Seriously. Save yourself the trouble. So anyway, so my special TFR this week is my family and Oldakowski Christmas. We play a lot of cards. We eat a lot of food. Grandma makes all her poppy seed bread, which I cannot duplicate. She makes these German cookies, which I cannot duplicate, along with the glaze I cannot duplicate. And, yeah. Yep. I miss my family today. I'm glad my honey's coming home so we can have dinner tonight, but I do miss my family an awful lot. So if any of you watch, which I don't think any of you do, and you've probably stopped at to this point anyway, I love you guys. I hope I get to come home next weekend, but we'll see how it goes. So, hug your families. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next week.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
On the 12th day my true love gave to me
12 drummers drumming like Olympus upon the Serengeti. 11 pipers piping, 10 lords to live. 9 ladies dancing, they were dancing. And mouths of milking, they were milking just for me. I had Christmas down in Africa. 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 I had Christmas down in Africa.